I need to unmute you.
What is
Whoa, whoa,
going
whoa, whoa, whoa,
on,
whoa.
guys?
Whoa, you're not on.
All you cool cats and
You're
kittens.
not
It
on.
is so nice to see
you are
you
on.
again. Sometimes when
I didn't know.
guys, it is an awesome Wednesday. We are here finishing up another confidence retreat day. We've been doing obstacles 101 today, so you know what that means. We've done obstacles 101. We have Thunderdome and watched people smack the spit out of each other's mouths with pool noodles. And then we went out to the obstacle course. We have a group of about 20. Everybody was able to succeed. We have everything from ponies to draft horses. So to see them all be able to go out and about and do their thing is a really cool, it never gets old. It's really cool to see everybody being able to see doing that. We'll give everybody a couple minutes to hop on here, and then we will do another edition of Horse Talk Live, where we watch the videos and we give you a review and show you what you can see, what you can do to make it better. We are here to help you guys, and that's just what we want to do. Howdy, Miss Christine. Howdy, Miss Sarah. Facebook user, we love you. Judy from MO, from the Mo State. Show me Mo. All right, without further ado, I bring to you Miss Lori. Let's see what you got. Lori B in the house. His house. Looks like we are on and it is quiet. It was an awesome experience. If you need to build your confidence, this is it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you saying that, because that is just what we are here for, trying to make people understand cause and effect, what puts you in danger and what gets you out of it. Hey, hey. That is some really pretty grass. A calm, quiet horse, just like I like. Working on that face-to-foot connection. Howdy, howdy. Hey, Miss Barb. For a lot of you guys, I'm not saying your name because it just says Facebook user, but know that I appreciate you being on here. Miss Frances. Looking really good, Miss Lori. Guys, if you haven't been to a retreat, I got to tell you, that's awesome. You know she's quiet. She's wanting to eat grass. One of my favorite things to see is just the overall consistency of the work. We are starting now. We're letting the Blues do a lot of the work at the retreats. We're letting them pick up a lot of rides. It's just the same results. And we are really getting where it doesn't matter what kind of horse it is, what size they are, who's riding. We keep getting the same results. And that's what I love to see. I'm loving the quietness, loving the hands down. It's definitely starting to look cooler down there. I see the long sleeves on. It was a little chilly today. Not cold, but chilly. Hey, hey, all the way from Tennessee. This looks so much more calm and manageable than some of the videos in the past. Looks like you got so much more a handle on her mind. What I say is the work works if you put in the work. And Miss Lori here has been putting in those reps, putting in those miles, really focusing on the nitty gritty. And it is awesome to see. Look at all her cheerleaders. That is so awesome. Miss Lori, you got to be proud of all the people that are behind you and representing you, cheering for you.
I'm working with Ginger on first grade and respect. She has been a bit disrespectful doing some first grade work.
All right, Miss Judy is doing some first grade work with Ginger. Let's see how this goes. Getting a little backup, because without that backup, first grade is kind of pointless because they don't respect what's in the middle of the circle. They'll just come through you. Miss Barb said her screen is frozen. It must be pretty cold up there. That was a dad joke. I'm a dad now. I have to have dad jokes.
Using the stick because yesterday she tried to kick at me.
Judy, this is looking good. I like the crop. Both hands in between you and your horse, looking really nice. Look at her face when she's going around you. Look her in the eye.
And trying to make sure she doesn't invade my bubble because she's bad about that.
Yep, you're making sure she doesn't invade your bubble. You got both hands between you and her. Really nice. I'm liking that circle from her nose to her tail. It's looking like a C. Getting that nice bend the way that we like.
Trot. There you go.
Very nice. Very nice. Crossing over his back feet, nice. Looking at her butt. Now you're looking at her chest and her forward. Think about it as simple as this. Whenever you're just going in a circle, you're looking at their face, your belly button pointing towards their belly. When you're moving their butt, your face, your belly button, everything pointing towards their butt, towards the base of their tail. When you're moving those shoulders, you're looking at their chest, your belly button pointing towards their chest. You're stepping their direction. It really helps whenever you're moving their shoulders if you're behind their shoulders, driving them forward.
I'm not going backwards. You are. My bubble.
I like that crop a little bit better. When you had that crop in between you and her, that circle was a little bit rounder. She was a little bit more respectful of your space. The lead rope works, but that crop was even nicer. Nice. Center forward, nice and bent. It's weird to experiment between the lead rope and the crop, isn't it? It's a little weird. I'm going to be honest, though. The crop is addictive because using the lead rope is cool. For years past, I tried to always make it work with the lead rope because, in all fairness, I sell lead ropes. I don't sell crops. Once I've gotten used to using a crop, it's kind of addictive. Like if the horse just doesn't do exactly what I say, swinging the rope around, I immediately go to a crop just because it's so much clearer. I can put the pressure exactly where I want. And instead of swinging my rope all the way around, I can just say, hey, 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 and move my finger. Well, the less energy you have to put pressure, the easier it is for you to shut down and not add that energy. So if I'm going tap, 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 it's very easy to get quiet. If I'm swinging my whole hand around and around, it's hard to stop mid-swing and say, oh, good job. But if I'm doing tap, 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 it's very easy to take a finger off. So I've gotten where I really like that crop. I've used the crop a lot in first grade, and I really get it better. And I do just what she's doing here. Look how she has that horse by the nose. We did a lot of that today in the clinic, in the retreat. Ms. Barb says, as a veteran, the rope is harder. I hit myself with the rope. The crop is easier. Yes, the crop is easier, and the pressure is easier to remove on a moment's notice, and you can point that crop. When you're swinging the rope, you're swinging overhanded, so you tend to top on their butt where they are less sensitive. If you can use the crop, you can tap their flank or you can tap their back leg where they are very sensitive. So you can use less pressure to get more results. The crop made a difference for me today. Yes, absolutely. So time and time again, the results are in. The crop is the way to go. If there's any question whatsoever, pick up a crop.
She's not looking at me even though I'm looking at her.
Miss Judy, I think you're being hard on yourself. You're thinking this horse is really hard, but she's looking really bent. I like it. I know your standard is crazy for how soft you want her, but that one's looking pretty good. You got her pretty rounded up. Miss Kimberly says, I need a new MG crop with color coordinated with the reins. That's a good idea, actually. I'm kind of specific about the crops I like, too. I don't like them floppy crops. I like a stiff crop that has some bazinga. Bazinga.
And I would like that head a lot lower. At least she's moving forward easier. I have a lot of pressure on this front ring. To get her head down.
If you are having a lot of pressure in that rein, make sure you are constantly rubbing those knots.
We are working on bridleless, and I think our stops should be a little bit quicker.
Miss Barb working with Chica. Oh, man, you can tell it's cold up there. She has the hoodie and the jacket. Not me. Cold. Ms. Barb said the weather was 82 the day after this day. Looking good, looking good. Yeah, so that timing between you taking the legs off and you grabbing her face, make that shorter. Make it that you take those legs off. And the other thing, one of the things I've learned is I want to take those legs off and almost like in a circular motion, I take the legs off and bring the legs back to them and say, "Ho, hey, I set back up. Ho, I set back up." And if you do like that, that you'll get that real suck back. If your legs shoot off of them and then immediately in one motion come back to them, they'll think, "Uh-oh, when those legs come off, I better back up because there is a repercussion coming." So one of two things. You can either take those legs off and meet them more with the reins, or you can do what I do, which is I take my legs off and immediately, like in one motion, I take my legs all
We
the way
started working with the spurs, and I think it helped with the shoulder yields. Then we tried a little gating at the end.
All right, so we were working with our blind pony, our seeing eye horse, or Barb is the seeing eye person, and she is working on some shoulder yields. She's at a little spur here to get that horse to step over. Look at that front feet crossing over. That is what I'm talking about. Those front feet are crossing over, looking so good right there. Very nice. That's just what we want to see. Pointing the outside hand to the outside, looking good. Inside hand coming to the withers. Nice. Hey, hey, Mr. Robert. Miss Lloyd, those shoulder yields do look a lot better. Very nice motion of the shoulders right there. Really good off your leg. Now we're getting a little back up. Spicy is doing awesome. Being a handy little pony. We've already started roping every day. I've got 3, 4, 5 days of roping already, neck reining. Her Liberty program is coming along nicely, and I plan on driving her on a cart the beginning of next week. Very nice, Miss Barb. Looking good. You bringing this pony along nicely. So this is a key example. This mare is blind. So this is a key example of treating the horse like the horse you want it to be, not the problems that it has, not the victim that it is. This is a great example of you need to treat a person like the person they can become. You need to treat a horse like the horse they can become. If you treat them like a victim, they will always be a victim. So this horse right here is blind. So we could treat her like, oh, poor baby. But if we do that, she'll never become a useful horse again. She won't have that purpose. Now this horse is gaining purpose in her life and getting a job and being able to be useful because we are treating her like, hey, I understand that was sorry what happened, but we expect this to do better. We expect you to be able to get a job. We expect you to have purpose. We need you to have meaning in your life. And she is doing just that. So that is so awesome to see that. Look how you wouldn't know. If I didn't tell you that this horse is blind, you would have no idea. So this is very cool to see you guys gating around like that. It's just putting one step on another and not treating her special. Every time that I had a horse that was vision impaired or hearing impaired or had some kind of handicap, when they send them to me and they say, hey, we want to make a riding horse out of this, I don't treat them special. I say, hey, you got to do work. And if you treat them like the horse that you want them to become, they will become that horse. But if you treat them like a victim, they will become a victim. Guys, we got a hello from South Dakota. South Dakota's on my bucket list. I haven't been to the Dakotas yet. I hope you are not too cold up there. Guys, so awesome with the videos that you guys are sending in. Really good job. You are a key example of the work only works if you do the work. And everybody sending in the videos. It's hot. It's cold. It's the winter's coming. People are still sending these videos because they're still putting in the work. I love to see it. Love to see it, guys. So I hope you guys have a great week. We are going to finish up this confidence retreat this week, and we will be back at you next week for another session of Horse Talk Live. True state for people as well. Yes, ma'am. That's absolutely the case. Hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you next week on Horse Talk Live.